This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of November 10th, 2022, brought to you by That's Good HR. I'm Alex Brown. The IU Kelley School of Business released its annual business outlook forecast today, and uncertainty is the primary highlight heading into 2023. The school's Phil Powell says the forecast is split between two predictions, one optimistic and one pessimistic.
The optimistic scenario is very weak growth of about 1% in the country, where unemployment goes up just a little bit, less than a point, and it peaks about mid-year. The pessimistic scenario is that the economy contracts for at least 2 quarters at an annual rate of more than 2%, and that the unemployment rate, instead of going up less than a point, it goes up about 2.5 points. And that would mean a loss of 3 million jobs in the country. It would not be a catastrophic year, but it would be a year of struggle and economic retrenchment.
He says continued consumer spending, particularly for durable goods, could help keep the economy level, which would be a boon for Indiana's manufacturing industry. Auburn-based Traction Ag, a cloud-based accounting and payroll software for farmers, has acquired a farm financial management platform from Indianapolis-based Corteva Agriscience. Granular Business helps producers track expenses such as crop inputs and inventories. Financial terms were not disclosed. Purdue University has rehired one of its former key leaders to coordinate the school's expansion in Indianapolis, following an August decision to split IUPUI into separate Indiana University and Purdue operations. Dan Hasler previously served as president and chief entrepreneurial officer for the Purdue Research Foundation. Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand is made possible by the following.
With one call to That's Good HR, your hiring challenge is solved. It's that simple. That's Good HR is the secret ingredient to strategic staffing. Have an HR, accounting, administrative, or customer service position to fill? Trust That's Good HR to make a match that's good for everyone, whether temp to hire, or a direct hire placement. For 22 years, That's Good HR has been handpicking employees and employers through a highly personal and authentic approach that delivers long-term results. Visit that'sgoodhr.com. Remember, the match matters.
Get ready, Northeast Indiana. We're headed your way. Join IBJ Media and Inside Indiana Business November 29 at Fort Wayne's Grand Wayne Convention Center for Engage Northeast Indiana. We've assembled the region's top business, community, and philanthropic leaders for a discussion on the issues shaping the future of Northeast Indiana. From attracting top talent to workforce and economic development, we'll explore what's working and big ideas for what's next. RSVP by November 18 at InsideIndianaBusiness.com.
3 Indiana school corporations have failed to convince the Court of Appeals of Indiana to overturn a law requiring them to sell vacant public school buildings to charter schools for $1.
The appeals court agreed with the lower court that the corporations are prohibited from pursuing takings clause claims, which can prevent private property from being taken for public use without just compensation. Between 2018 and 2020, Lake Ridge School Corporation, the School City of Hammond, and West Lafayette Community School Corporation each closed public school buildings in their respective communities. None of the school corporations wanted to part with the vacant buildings, despite being required to do so by Indiana statutes that require school corporations to make a closed public school building available for sale or lease to any interested charter school or state educational institution for $1. The school corporations collectively sought declaratory and injunctive relief from the state parties, while the state argued in part that the school corporations could not assert takings claims against it. In affirming the trial court, the Court of Appeals concluded that the school corporations, as political subdivisions, could not sue the state under the takings clauses because the U.S. Supreme Court has long held that the takings clause has no role to play in intragovernmental disputes between a state and one of its agencies or political subdivisions. Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
The University of St. Francis in Fort Wayne is developing a campus master plan that includes a new centralized student center with a lake view. The USF Board of Trustees has approved the trajectory of the master plan, which includes short-term and long-term goals. USF says the student center is a priority, and it would like to complete the project within 2 to 4 years. The university is currently working on funding options for the student center, which would include a bridge across Mirror Lake. USF says in addition to the main campus student center, other campus expansion and improvements are part of the long-term master plan. Ohio-based Redline Equipment, a Case IH farm equipment dealer with 4 locations in Indiana, says it will invest more than $7 million to construct a new dealership and service center in Logansport. The company acquired 17 acres in the Cass County Agribusiness Park for the larger facility. Redline entered the Indiana market in 2017, having acquired an existing dealership. CEO Mike Pitts.
So Logansport, as we looked around our system, was easily the one with the most need, but quite frankly, probably with the most opportunity as well. It's an underserved market for us.
Redline operates 12 locations in Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio. Construction on the new facility will begin this year. This report is brought to you by That's Good HR, the secret ingredient to strategic staffing. More at that'sgoodhr.com. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.